Hello, everyone. I'm Mary. Friend Doudou is taking a break due to health reasons, so I'll be bringing you exciting content from now on. If there are any shortcomings, please feel free to offer suggestions and I'll work hard to correct them. Today's topic is women who have extramarital affairs are most likely to 5 types of men without exception. I hope this helps. From romantic love to the sacredness of marriage, a relationship undergoes a qualitative transformation from a couple in love to a lifelong partner. In their pursuit of the woman of their dreams, devote all their attention and energy to her, showering her with sweet nothings and offering meticulous care. Once they enter the marriage, some men, seemingly convinced they have secured the victory, cease to be as attentive as before, paying less attention to their wives and communicating with them infrequently. This shift often leaves women with a deep sense of loss, of affection from their husbands, their time together shrinking, and their sense of security crumbles. If her husband still loves her, or if his love is fading, this emotional distance can lead to disillusionment, even thoughts of falling in love with someone else. They may develop feelings for other men, even embarking on an infidelity and developing inappropriate relationships with them. In a marriage cheats or has an extramarital affair, it's most likely due to these 6 types of men. 1. Men who know how to please women. Who is particularly adept at pleasing women. They understand women's minds, and they can always use the right words and actions to comfort and delight them, making them fall head over heels for them. Even married women often find such men irresistible. Women who have long lacked the care and attention of their husbands are particularly susceptible to developing feelings for them, uneasily falling into their emotional spiral. Women experience long-lost care and warmth, as if they have rediscovered the sweetness and happiness of love. While this extramarital affair may temporarily satisfy a woman's emotional needs, it can also cause her endless pain and harm. Find it difficult to resist the allure of sweet talk. Witty or 50s. Women love hearing sweet words from men and are often unmoved by them. Who is good at sweet talking can easily capture a woman's heart, making her want to be with him and develop a special kind of affection for him. Who have been constantly scolded by their husbands are especially likely to fall for such men and have an extramarital affair. 3. Men. Many women find difficult to overcome. Luxury goods or a life of luxury, many women find it difficult to control themselves. A well-off man can easily satisfy a woman's vanity, not only providing her with a worry-free life, but also allowing her to wear designer clothes, carry expensive bags, and look good. Women who have long suffered from material dissatisfaction are particularly susceptible to being attracted to wealthy men, even throwing themselves at their heels, even at the cost of betraying their marriages. Such relationships are not stable. Any extramarital affair based on money and material possessions is fragile. The money and material possessions are gone, the emotional support loses, and the relationship crumbles. May and her husband had been married for over 10 years, but their financial situation had always been relatively tight. His monthly salary was only a little over 6,000 yuan, insufficient to cover the family expenses. May felt immense pressure and unhappy, gradually becoming depressed and dissatisfied. He met a businessman with excellent financial resources. With May, at first sight, was willing to give everything for her, showering her with expensive gifts and providing her with a luxurious lifestyle. And she began to maintain close contact with him, which eventually led to an extramarital affair. For a romantic and caring man, a marriage often lacks a touch of romance and tenderness. They treat women like servants, failing to show affection and care for them. Are like rainbows in a woman's life, bringing unexpected joy, like dropping a pebble into a calm lake, creating ripples. Understand how to care for women and treat them with tenderness and sensitivity. Who have long been immersed in the mundane world of daily life, such men are like a ray of warm sunshine in the cold winter, warm and dazzling. They've been falling deeply in love with them. Humorous men always have a special liking for mature and humorous men, seem to possess a special charm that draws women closer and makes them happy to be around them. Is not just reflected in their age, but also in their emotional stability and rich life experience. They know how to provide women with extra care and support, always providing a strong support in times of need, making ordinary days lively and interesting. With them can always laugh heartily and forget their troubles, seem to naturally understand how to handle emotional problems, and they can bring women a real sense of happiness and security. 非常接近. She had been married to her husband for many years, but his introverted nature and lack of responsibility left her feeling lonely and disappointed. So a mature man who would care for her and take care of her. She met a successful courtier and steady boss at work. It attended to her, always patiently listening to her concerns and offering positive advice. Unprecedented sense of happiness and security. This betrayal of her marriage also left her with inner conflict and struggle. Extramarital happiness may be tempting, the price behind it is heavy. Women should not blindly pursue extramarital happiness within their marriage. When dealing with other men, you need to weigh the pros and cons and the potential consequences of an extramarital affair. Vibrant men always touches the softest part of a woman's heart, bringing a touch of youth and vitality to her life. Tired of the dullness of marriage and the daily grind of life, meet such a young man, her body and mind feel a sense of respite and relaxation. But then again, passion and energy are like a summer shower. They come and go quickly. Fades, more disagreements and friction often unsurface between the couple. For example, had been married for 15 years, and their marriage had unknowingly become dull and monotonous, with the distance between them growing. The interactions unpassionate of the past seemed like a distant memory, and it was hard to recapture the feeling of love. Kuame met a young man at work. He was a full 12 years younger than her, handsome, and exuded a youthful energy that caught her eye. Developing a tacit understanding and a fondness for each other, and their relationship gradually became more ambiguous. Kuame seemed to rediscover the long-lost passion and romance, even somewhat losing herself. The good times didn't last long. The relationship was soon exposed, dealing a heavy blow to both of them. Kuime's marriage was in jeopardy, and the young man lost his job. That outweighed the gain. Extramarital passion and romance may be desirable. They are not long-lasting love. Women should exercise caution and not let a momentary impulse destroy the family they have painstakingly built. Marriage is a commitment between two people. Into marriage, they should be loyal to each other and never betray each other. Extramarital affairs are unacceptable in any marriage. Men or women should not cheat. Stay together if you don't separate, neither should hurt the other. There is an old Chinese saying, simplicity is the truest. Most romantic relationships are sweet, filled with sweet nothings, and couples yearn to be together to win a fusion. Each partner sees only the other's strengths. In the eyes of lovers, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Their relationship begins to decline. As the grave of love is true, as the daily grind of daily life, the initial excitement of being together gradually gives way to each other's shortcomings. The vibrant and colorful world outside offers too many temptations, and some people seek out the wild fruits of their dreams. Some choose to recklessly risk their lives, while others choose to be secretive. Of the method, infidelity is a profound act of irresponsibility towards marriage. Goes through the mind of a woman after an affair? Is it excitement or fear? Follow XIA on and to see what these three women have to say. Marriage is a commitment between two people. In marriage, they commit to loyalty and lifelong commitment, never to betrayal. Affairs are an intolerable stain on any marriage. Regardless of time or place, and regardless of gender, cheating should be avoided. Love each other, stay together if you no longer love each other, separate honestly, but never hurt your partner. Goes through the mind of a woman who has cheated. Is it excitement or fear? Let's take a look at the thoughts of these three women. Third Haifor has a stable job at a public institution. Her husband had been married for 9 years. They've been together since their student days and married after a long courtship. The days before marriage is incredibly sweet. These were a time of near inseparability with them, practically inseparable, attending classes together, sharing lunch, strolling through the streets, and immersing themselves in books. Her husband decided to start his own business. While his business prospered, it also became incredibly busy. He returned home late at night and left again early in the morning, leaving Ms. only cold reports and endless asks. became less and less frequent, and the atmosphere at home grew increasingly gloomy. But gradually he grew tired of the arguments. Take a mere decoration in their home. Zhang met a trainer Xiaoyu at a gym near her home. Handsome, well-built, and had a voice as gentle as a spring breeze. Ms. Zhang fell in love with fitness and slowly fell in love with Xiaoyu. 非常接近 was like a ray of light in Ms. And they soon fell into a clandestine affair. That this was unfair to her husband, but she couldn't control her emotions. You provided her with the love and consideration she lacked from her husband. Just a little more care. Had given her more warmth, she wouldn't have gone down this path. Biggest fear now was that her infidelity would be discovered. Family with traditionalist parents, and if they found out the consequences, would be disastrous. Thrilling, like a roller coaster ride, both exhilarating and terrifying. But whenever he heard or saw news about his infidelity, he would become extremely nervous, fearing his affair would be exposed. 27, an employee at a listed company, also experienced a brief period of loss, but she quickly recovered from the fog of that erroneous relationship. A company-organized team-building activity offered everyone an opportunity to escape the hustle and bustle of the city and enjoy the tranquility of nature deep in the mountains. Everyone gathered around the campfire for a barbecue, laughing and chatting, and unknowingly had a few more drinks. 谁扛见证? And Xiaoyu, who worked in the office, kindly helped her back to her room. Intoxication can easily lead to irrational behavior. When Ms. woke up, she was surprised to find herself in the same bed with Xiaoyu, both of them disheveled. Looking somewhat embarrassed, immediately told Ms. Although he was also drunk, he was willing to take responsibility for the incident and hoped to continue their relationship. Knew he couldn't do that. Had always had a good relationship, and they had a lively and adorable 3-year-old son. It was incredibly important to her. She decisively rejected Zhiwo's proposal, stating that she deeply cherished her current family life. Knew that if the affair were exposed, she could lose everything: her husband, her child, her home. She buried the incident deep in her heart, hoping that time would erase all traces. Has never touched a drop of alcohol at a party. Whenever her husband gave her a gift, although she was grateful, she always felt a pang of unspeakable guilt. 36. Runs a small business as a self-employed individual. 5 years ago, Ms. Then couldn't resist the temptation of others and made a mistake in a moment of confusion. Noticed by her husband, he insisted on a divorce and even dragged Ms. Fair's bureau. It was her young son, crying, who intervened, finally preventing the family from being torn apart. Her husband ultimately chose to forgive her. An invisible crack was torn between them, clung to her well-behaved and sensible son. She feared her momentary mistake would cause him to lose his trust. Inobedient, even tactfully mediating when they argued. 非常坚信, fair to disappoint such a thoughtful child. It passed in the blink of an eye in Ms. Fan constantly reminded herself not to make the same mistake again, with protecting their family and restoring the warmth and trust it once had. I thought family is an obligation and responsibility. Both men and women should be devoted to their families. Everyone, so why risk their lives? Cherish the one you have. It's not easy, so cherish every moment. And listening, if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe to interacting with you. So enrich our lives together with better and more professional content.